Boris Johnson is poised to unveil the most wide-ranging review of Britain's defence capabilities since the end of the Cold War, as well as confirming plans to invest an additional £16.5 billion over the course of the next 4 years. However, an alarming new report published today by the Commons Defence Committee has warned the UK's poorly equipped armed forces would currently be very heavily outgunned in any conflict with Vladimir Putin's Russia, with MPs branded the situation disgraceful. Mr. Johnson will tomorrow set out plans to drive investment into domestic industries when he announces the outcome of the government's far-ranging review of foreign and defence policy this week. The Defence Committee's report, published yesterday, suggested the review had come not a moment too soon. The paper concludes, this report reveals a woeful story of bureaucratic procrastination, military indecision, financial mismanagement and general ineptitude, which have continually bedeviled attempts to properly re-equip the British Army over the last 2 decades. Even on the MOD's own current plans, but subject to the integrated review, we are still some 4 years away from even being able to field a warfighting division, which, itself, would now be hopelessly under-equipped and denuded of even a 3rd combat brigade. It adds, as a result, were the British Army to have to fight a peer adversary, a euphemism for Russia, in Eastern Europe in the next few years, whilst our soldiers would undoubtedly remain amongst the finest in the world, they would, disgracefully, be forced to go into battle in a combination of obsolescent or even obsolete armored vehicles, most of them at least 30 years old or more, with poor mechanical reliability, very heavily outgunned by more modern missile and artillery systems and chronically lacking in adequate air defense. They would have only a handful of long-delayed, new-generation vehicles, gradually trickling into the inventory. To replace them, the integrated review, covering foreign, defense, security and development policy, has been billed as the most significant overhaul of the UK's strategic posture since the collapse of the Soviet Union at start of the 1990s. It will include commitments to build ships in Scotland and armoured vehicles in Wales, and contain plans for satellites to be manufactured in Northern Ireland and lithium to be mined in Cornwall. In advance of tomorrow's statement in the House of Commons, Mr. Johnson said, "The foundation of our foreign policy is who we are as a country, our values, our strengths and, most importantly, our people. So I am determined to ensure we have a foreign policy that delivers for those people."